In this lesson we will learn about moving platforms. Platforms can be very cool to implement as a gameplay mechanic, for instance for elevators. I've opened up the moving platform scene, and as you can see we have a couple of tiles here, and the player has been set on top of these stairs. First up, let's run this game sample and see what happens. As you can see, we have a couple of objects, or one of these platforms here, that move from left to right and up and down. If the character controller is placed on top of these platforms, or better said, if I jump on top of these platforms, we can move towards the other side. Setting up platforms is real easy. A platform can be a model or a CSG object. The only thing that you have to set is setting it to rigid body in the physics tab, giving it a mass, setting its collision type to prop. Then you attach the platform script. Set the speed of the platform, and then the first target waypoint that you want to use with the platform should move to when it starts moving. As you can see here, we have these little icons here. These icons represent pivots. Pivots are little objects inside the 3D world. The only thing that they do is represent a 3D point. They don't have physics, no material, there is nothing being rendered inside the 3D world. Pivots are therefore ideal for using platform waypoints. If we select a platform waypoint and we go to the script tab, you can see that we've attached the platform waypoint. We can also set its target here. In order to set its target, all you have to do is select another waypoint inside the scene tab and drag it on top of it. So if we would want to drag this waypoint here on the left and we want to set it as a target, all we have to do is say waypoint A2 and drag it on top of it. If you press on this little arrow button here, then you will go to that object. The same thing goes for the platform itself. The first waypoint it goes to is waypoint A1, which is this one right over here. So if I click it, we go to that waypoint as well. In this scene, all 4 platforms have already been set up. Now let's create our own platform with our own waypoints that we set in the scene. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to add the waypoints themselves. Go to the Objects tab, click on Objects, Miscellaneous, and the pivot type is automatically selected. In order to place them correctly, I'm going to switch to the 4 viewports by pressing F12. I'm going to place the first pivot. We can place pivots the same way as we place lights or any other CSG object that we want. We can place pivots the same way as we would place lights. Simply click somewhere in the scene and then press enter. If you want to select multiple objects at the same time inside the scene, hold down the Control key. Let's move them up a little. Then we go to the Scene tab. Let's give them appropriate names. I'm going to give this one the name W1, the second one W2, and the third one W3, where the W stands for waypoint. Select all 3 waypoints, go to the Script tab, and attach the platform waypoint script. Now we need to assign the targets. I want the platform to move from the first waypoint to the second, and the second to the third, and the third back to the 1. So that's what we're going to do. We have waypoint 1 selected, and waypoint 2 is the target. If we have waypoint 2 selected, waypoint 3 is the target, and when we have waypoint 3 selected, waypoint 1 is the target. Now let's create the platform itself. Select the CSG box option and create a little platform. Make sure that the platform is not intersecting with any of the surrounding geometry or other models. That would cause weird physics behavior, and well, that looks just really weird. Attach the platform script to the platform itself. Let's also rename it. New platform. And to the script we're going to say, well, our first waypoint, that is going to be waypoint number 2, because we already are at waypoint number 1, so no need to move to that waypoint first. Go to the Physics tab and check if everything is set correctly. We forgot something here. We need to set the mass to 10, and we need to set the collision type to prop. Before we test this out, let's first move the character controller all the way over here, so that we don't have to jump over these 4 platforms at first. There we go. Now we can run it. As you can see, the platform is moving by itself, and it's going towards the first waypoint. And that concludes this lesson of the Leadwerks engine.